Good evening, everyone to Allen fans. Another night that we get to talk about EPL football, and pleasant good evening to all the fellas this evening. How's everybody doing?
I'm good.
Fantastic.
I'm good.
Quite
Yeah,
fantastic.
awesome. Yeah, I ordered my United flag so I can you know, compare it to yours behind there. Yeah, the sky blue thing they're going for you, man, and feeling good over the weekend. You didn't do well though over the weekend. Had a bit of a loss. We're gonna talk about that in just a minute. Jamal, how you doing over there in Scotland?
Doing all right.
Still celebrating that Rangers win?
it's been
No?
it's been a month now, but yeah.
Okay, all right. Those Scottish people, they love to party, all right? So they'll be still doing it down now. And so, all right, were you Rangers or you Celtic? So you had friends or either one, either side?
I Rangers fan for let's say location reasons.
Ah, gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. Justice for top players. How are you doing this evening?
I'm quite fine, I just want to say a little word of prayer for Son if we can.
Yes, I heard about that. He had a little crying emotional session after the game. I heard about that. Well, you reap what you sow. That's all I have to say to that, right? You reap what you sow. Shako, how you doing? You doing good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good.
we all know you are the boss. What kind of boss? So that's two different things. All right. Let's begin with the very first very first game is inside joke. All right. And Man City versus Leeds. Man City versus Leeds. And we none of us expected this. We figured that, City they could drop points in the last 8, 9 games, but we figured maybe a draw, but certainly not a loss. Boy, what happened here?
Arrogance.
Might I just say it wasn't arrogance. Nothing was wrong with the team that Pep put out. So I'm not going to blame the team selection because it was still a strong team. But I am going to put blame on my forwards because I don't know what's wrong with them. As much as I love Sterling, as you all know, he's going to get a lot of stick from me right now because he was playing right out awful. I mean, I have seen this has been his problem a lot of times. He gets the ball, he takes too many touches, and then after he takes it too many, doesn't know what to do. And then there's just Gabriel Jesus. He was just lost all the way up there. I mean, the only thing that was clicking for City in that game was Stones when Stones was trying to run up out of that defense,
That was pretty
and
cool.
when Fernandinho made his occasional strides out of the midfield to try and create other things. Other than that, it was not really in the game. Even self to say we had, it's a typical City game where you see City getting a lot of possession, a lot of attempt, and somehow just find a way to lose the game.
Mm,
But I didn't expect a loss because it was a very good team to stay still. I mean, in the last show, we did say, you never know which Leeds team that
for sure.
could show up, but it's not a subtle thing, but it's a stick on the forwards. But it's just one game. The heads keep staying high. You have the Champions League to go look forward to. Going to
Mm-hmm.
return stronger for that one. So
Because
just keep counting it.
it was clear to me, I'll say this before anybody else comments. It was clear to me that when you saw the lineup, and the people he brought on off the bench, that y'all were thinking about that Dortmund game. Because De Bruyne didn't even play, and you could see that, he didn't start Gundogan, and it's like he was saying, you know what, I have a good enough bench to beat Leeds, and it didn't happen. So what does that say about, the team he selected? Because let's just say he had a Liverpool situation, and then De Bruyne was injured for the whole season, and Gundogan was injured for the whole season, and you go through all those key players. Would you still have won the title? Is this team the team who lost against Leeds? Could they have won the title? That's the question.
I mean, yes, I think so. We say it is still a strong enough team.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, maybe not to say like, Zinchenko being played in the midfield like for numerous amount of times throughout the season with this team.
Mm-hmm.
But Yes, I think there was a lot of thinking in the Champions League because if there wasn't Champions League, we would have seen the likes of Kevin De Bruyne coming on for sure.
Hmm.
But I think he just left it to see because there's quality players on the field still to see if they could dig through. But after a while, City just got stretched from
Hmm.
10-man leads, and they just happened and took their chances very well. Um, Credit to them. You have to give the credit where credit is due.
Hmm.
And it's just drop points. You never like to see a team dropping points. It's not good, so it's not really a good weekend on that per se.
Yeah, Munchie here jumping in saying the lineup was decent enough to win that game. I understood that we were resting players for Wednesday, but City's big four creative players were on the bench: KDB, Gundogan, Foden, and Mahrez. And that was the only blip in that lineup. Was only blip in the lineup was not one of those four started. And Jamal, the other City fan, tell me about this. Do you think that Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Forgive me. Do you think
Yo,
that
start your talk now.
do you think that this is just one blip? Are they going to win the rest of their games, or do we see them losing any more games for the rest of the season?
I don't think this is a well, I do think this is a blip. I don't think they're gonna lose any more games. Um, especially that Dortmund game is gonna be telling. I mean, if they lose that game, then they're definitely not losing any more games the rest of the season.
Mm,
If they win the game, then I can just see them pushing to get the title wrapped up early as possible before the next round of Champions League fixtures.
yeah.
So either way, I just think that this was a blip. Leeds played to their strengths when they went down to 10 men, sit deep and absorb the pressure. And then it was a few counterattacks that we saw. And one of them, they just took one of them and then took their chance.
They did.
So, yeah, I do think City were on top of the game. They were on top of the game for most of the game. I think they had, 60, 70% possession and just attack after attack after attack. Leeds had 2 chances on goal and then took the 2 chances. So it was just a sit back and after they went down to 10 men, it was just a sit back and let's play on the counter. And brilliantly orchestrated by Marcelo Bielsa, and plaudits to him and the team for holding out as a massive win for them. But it was just a blip in City's game. I don't think like you said, they had one eye on the Champions League tie midweek, and probably were not up for this game and just thought, we'll try and walk over Leeds with our 4 main creative players, and they just overlook Leeds. I think they didn't respect them as much. They're I don't think they have anything at the moment either, right? Leeds.
No.
So they just made a statement. They're here for next season.
Yep, they indeed are here for next season. Liverpool, Aston Villa. You said last time, Shaq. What happened to Mane? Mane didn't start this game. They had the other three on top. Does that spell difficult times for Mane? Does he stay here next season, or or is it a scenario where Liverpool are just trying to ride out this season with the form of Jota? What are your thoughts?
I guess I know that Jota has to play. So whether Klopp chooses to sacrifice Mane or Firmino at any given game or in any given game, that's up to him. But what I was hearing from this weekend, as I was watching this match too, the commentator, he was saying that he doesn't think Salah and Mane will be at Liverpool next season. He don't think the two of them will coexist much longer. So it's going to be up to Liverpool and these 2 players to pick which one is going to stay, which one is going to go. There have been rumors that Barcelona wants Mane because Coleman brought Mane to Southampton. So there's a possible reunion there for those player and manager.
Interesting. So who would you pick, Mane or Salah, to stay?
Right now, you see, it's based on form. You see, Salah always gets you goals, but I've always said that Mane, especially in those previous 2 seasons, Mane was the better player. Mane was doing more for the team than Salah. So those days finishing and stuff like that. I personally, I really don't care which one stay, Liverpool. But I think Manny will leave. I think Manny will leave.
Manny will leave. All right. Memphis. The Trent hater, English player hater. Talk to me here.
I mean,
Trent
it's not.
scored the Trent scored the second goal. What do you think about is he back in form? Is he proved his doubt is wrong?
Not really, because he was on the left wing when he scored the goal. The doubter said he can't defend.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
There's
all
no
right.
proof of anything.
There's not. Okay. Well, but tell me though, with this Chelsea Crystal Palace game though, is Havertz now back officially back now?
Well, Havertz is in his position now.
Mhm.
I don't understand why they kept trying to find Timo his form. Like
That was it.
Havertz can play strike, play him up
Mhm.
there. Havertz is an
Yeah.
attacking player. When he's at Leverkusen, those are the areas he played. Either strike, come or the slightly on the right wing.
Okay. Okay. So you see that you see him continuing in that particular, I would assume, false nine role.
Yeah, because I think during the international break, that's where he played for Germany.
Uh, okay. Okay. So Pulisic, two great goals from him. That's two. I think it's two. And yes, it was two. And he too. Everybody's wondering whether or not he would have a place in this side. But with the form of Timo Werner, has he staked his claim on that left hand side? All right, depending how you play.
I I think so. He's usually the best left player from that left side because of
Hmm.
the ability to cut inside and dribble past players
Hmm.
and either take the shot or set up somebody else. Because I
Hmm.
think he got an assist. I'm not sure.
Mm. Okay.
But
Dro, talk to me.
Josh, let me just ask Memphis real quick.
Hmm.
But Memphis, time and time again, we see managers, even though this player may be best suited for a particular position, or he always does well whenever he gets playing time. You see them
Hmm.
up for. In this case, we'll see Tuchel again next week up for Werner again on that left side. Why is that the case? Even though Pulisic would show him better number.
Um, I guess because I think, well, what I'm going to say might sound bad, but I think, Tuchel is German, right?
Mm, bias.
And I think he's also the manager who sold Pulisic, if I'm not mistaken.
He was also the manager who brought Pulisic forward. Like he gave him his debut and stuff. So he went back
Dumb.
and at Dortmund, a lot at Dortmund. He gave a Chelsea interview recently and said that from his perception um of Pulisic, he sees him better coming off the bench to impact games and not starting games.
Mm,
So that he said it's to the detriment of Pulisic's career, but that's how he sees Pulisic as a player.
wow. Wow. Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
Josh, let me go again because I'm thinking I was watching. I know we'll get to this game, the Newcastle game, and Saint Maximin. He came off the bench, and every time, most times he comes off the bench, he does well. So to Jamal, what Jamal was saying there now was an impact player. Can a player be an impact player for his whole career? Or if you continue to make that impact off the bench, do you warrant a starting place?
Yeah. That's a good point.
I think it all depends on the player because if you look at Ali was always that player off the bench.
Hmm.
Chicharito was always that player off the bench.
Hmm.
I'm only calling United players. I'm sorry. I don't know anybody
Hmm.
else.
Gabriel Jesus, while Aguero was starting, he not come out of the bench.
I mean, Pep tried to do it with Sané, but Sané wanted to start.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a few, Shaq. There's a few, but I don't know if players settle for that. I was watching even the game with Villa and Lingard. I think Lingard's an impact player. He's good for 30 minutes of football and then disappears. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I saw
Sets
your
up
tweets and that.
scores, that's it.
Everybody hype up the man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've seen it with maybe Adel Tarax as well back in the day. So there's some type of players that just they can start a game well or they can come on and finish a game well. But for 60 minutes in the middle of the game, they don't do anything. or either side of that half an hour.
Yeah, but some people would say Ozil was the same way, that he has his
Yeah,
moments of world
but
class quality, but he disappears for most of the game.
Disappears against big teams. I
yeah,
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't give
but
him that unfair perception.
I wouldn't call him mainly an impact player because you won't bring him on to impact a game. He would play the whole game and then flash up in 20 minutes or at a 50-minute mark or something, produce something. But he's there for the game, so it's not really an impact player because you don't come on and change the game. Like say Maximin came on and turned the game on and said, change the game. Lingard would change the game from the beginning and then disappear. So Ozil was never a person who would change the game like that.
Well, we say that Jamal though, but in reference to the West Ham Leicester game, you can't deny Lingard's stats as of late. He's the most informed player in the Premier League over the last 10, 11 games. And if you think about it, that he's worth starting if he's going to keep putting up these numbers. Goal and assist every single game. Is it worth it?
I agree with you, and that's why you can start for West Ham and not Man United. Because he can't be a passenger in Man United games, but he can be a passenger in West Ham.
So Lingard can't come on for Bruno in the last 20 minutes of the game?
He can, that's what I'm saying.
Is he going to want to do that?
No, he can come on and be an impact player and give 20 of his best minutes. But start him and he's gonna die. Well, not die, but like, you know what I mean. He's gonna
and he's more under scrutiny at United. Like when he's playing for West Ham, he still misplaces passes, but nobody's studying that.
That is true. Good point. It's less pressure when he's playing for West Ham because the expectation is that he's a career done, and then now he's blowing them out the water in regards to everything he does. And he's probably the best player at West Ham. I think probably only Souček, Declan Rice, and who else? That's about it. Anybody else would probably be up there in West Ham.
Benrahma.
If you're buying a West Ham player right now, who you buying?
Bowen is up there.
Who?
Bowen.
Oh yeah, Bowen
Bowen has
his
been one of
goal
the
well.
most important players this season.
He has been pretty good, and he took his goal well too, in that particular game. But now when we're on the West Ham train, can we honestly say that West Ham are going to make top four now? We keep hoping that they drop off, but they don't. And I was actually looking at their run of upcoming games. I think their most tough game, I think is Liverpool. I think Liverpool is probably their toughest game coming up.
I think that's the Leeds as well.
With that being the case, yeah, I guess. But they would say they could be Leeds. But let me see. Okay, they got Chelsea. They got. Oh, it wasn't Liverpool. It was Chelsea. So they have Newcastle, who they should beat. Then they have Chelsea. Burnley, who should they beat? Everton will be a tough game. Brighton, West Brom, and Southampton, they would think they all can beat. That running ain't too bad once they can get over the hurdle of Chelsea. It's not that bad. They should be able to beat the rest of them. They beat them the first time, all those other teams. Why not beat them the second time? So the top four run looking kind of funny there. When you actually make that comparison.
I think the Leicester might miss on this one. Although they're placed third at the moment, I do think
Leicester's running looks crazy. Especially their last 3 games. The last 3 games are Tottenham, Chelsea, United.
And then
The last 3 games. Okay. So those are some big games. They have to win all 3 if they want to be in top 4. They have to. They don't have a choice. So I mean, Shaq, you called it. You called it long time ago that the Brendan Rodgers battling would begin, and he could make the claim that he still has a chance to win a cup with the FA Cup. Is that their best chance at silverware this season, or they're gonna get knocked out to that too?
They'll probably get knocked out to that. They'll probably get knocked out to that. I
They
mean,
probably lose
no,
the
but they're
final.
playing Southampton though. Yeah,
They
they're playing
probably lose the
Southampton.
final.
So
You just have to
they should make the final and lose
Yes.
at the final. They should make the final.
But anything can happen in a final. There's one bumble up own goal, and then they just hold that for 90 minutes.
That is true. That is true.
So at least get a little shout there. But still, though, in the Premier League, if anybody's gonna drop out the top 4, it'll probably be Leicester.
Leicester,
So
100.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
With
still
Liverpool,
looking at, to be fair, I'm still looking at West Ham and Leicester to drop out.
you think so? Based on what the West Ham's form says otherwise.
The
Right?
defense says
But
otherwise too.
that's my point. I don't think that they can continue because the last game, yes, they scored three, but they conceded two. The game
They did.
before that, they scored three. They also conceded two. Then the
Yeah.
game before that versus Arsenal, they
Three,
scored three,
conceded
but they
three.
conceded three again. So you can't. I don't think a team in especially okay, I would say this. I don't think they can continue that because of the quality of opposition that's right behind of them. I don't see Chelsea conceding all those goals and
No.
dropping more points. And we can make an argument for Liverpool too because they might just be this week dropping out of the Champions League, so they won't have any other games to play.
Yeah.
So they can find out the consistent 1 or 5 games there. And if let's just say West Ham start to draw one game here and another game here, they slowly itch out of that spot.
Yeah, you make a good point there, Shaq, about the Leicester thing because about the West Ham thing because well, it's very much you can see Declan Rice's presence missed because one commentator was making the same point too about what you just said that they have 2 games where they won 3-2, but then when you look at I think it's your game with 3-3, and there's another game where they were up 3-2 and then they conceded a late goal 3-3. They touch and go right at the end, and that's not sustainable. That really is not sustainable. They got to wait. But Liverpool has a great run in. After they do Leeds, Newcastle, and United, which you could probably say besides the Newcastle game are 2 tough games, they have Southampton, West Brom, Burnley, and Crystal Palace. Those are their last 4 games. Liverpool are supposed to beat those last 4. They're supposed to. And so
Didn't they lose to West Brom?
outside shot.
They did.
True,
They did.
true, but still,
And they
you
nearly
know,
lost to Leeds the last time around, so don't get too excited about that game as yet.
And I think the
yeah,
Southampton game as well.
They lost versus Southampton, innit?
they did,
Yeah,
they
it's
did
true.
the 1-0, the 1-0,
Right.
yeah. Meja here saying Lingard swap for Declan Rice. Y'all think it's gonna happen? This is not a transfer show, but you think it's gonna happen?
That's a
Nah,
weird swap.
Obviously you're gonna throw on some cash to Lingard. So let's say Lingard plus 30 mil.
What?
You mean
Declan
Rice
Rice.
plus 30 mil?
For Declan Rice, tall.
Rice plus 30 mil, you see?
No, I said Lingard plus 30 mil.
Plus 30
No,
mil.
I said Rice plus 30 mil.
I know you
So
said that, but
Oh, Josh a joke, man. Oh.
no, I'm not joking. I'm
Yo.
very serious because
Lingard worth 80 mil right now.
West Ham paying you
Mhm.
30 million and give you Declan Rice?
No,
Yeah.
I say I give them Lingard plus 30 million for Declan Rice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I still think that's too much, though, but
I mean,
Yeah,
if,
but
if Zaha worth 80 million, Lingard have worth 150.
It's a good swap, but I don't think that Declan is worth that much.
I hear you. I 100% hear you, Dro. But what's his name? Moyes done come out and say that you have to bring the Bank of England and the Bank of Scotland to buy Declan Rice from
Buy
us.
Declan Rice,
That's what you're gonna have to do. And then on top of that, you have the English tax because he's just an English player, and with Lampard coming out and saying that we were going to buy him, but we already spent 200 million on players, so we had to wait. And Declan saying himself to last season that he's not ready yet, but he could be ready this season to make that step. At this point in time, with what's his name, Lingard's form, I see United doing it because they want a defensive midfielder, and they like the whole young and English thing going. I see them trying to do it, but nowhere near Declan Rice is worth 100 million. So I'm saying, I'd say 50 would be fair for Declan. She should pay 30, but I say 50.
yeah, that's fair.
I say we
50
need a
fair.
centre back though, not a CDM. McTominay.
I say we need both. That's what I say. But we can talk about that in the United show. Afri saying, hail up, people. Yeah, we're gonna get to you in a second there, Afri. But yeah, a couple things though. Leicester missing players too. But with the missing of Matters, you do have Iheanacho though scoring goals for
We're
this
missing
squad.
Vardy as well.
Yeah. Well,
Even though he's fit.
even
He
though he's
can't
fit.
score. The last
I
he
know,
scored
right?
goal.
Maybe any actual take up the man's space now. They're gonna play that 2 strike now. So I don't know what's happening with that, but
Let's
big
put a
up
good
C
goal.
actually do, boy. I'm happy for him though. All right. Man United, Tottenham, I was gonna do it. I'm still probably gonna do it, but I remember back when Arsenal beat Tottenham and we brought on what's his name? Terry on the show. There was a small section in the show where I asked Terry what his top 4 chances. And he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to make top 4. We're going to make top 4. And then Terry says, we're going to beat Aston Villa twice. They did beat Aston Villa the first time. And he says, our next game is United. And that's easy 3 points. So you're going to see another Afri moment coming up with that again. Because he did say that. He said that in the show. So this was the game, and let's get everybody's opinion on that. Was the Sun foul a foul? Let's start with you, Shaq. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a foul.
It's a foul. Anybody thinks it wasn't a foul?
Yeah, justice at all, players, dog. Justice at all.
Okay, just
Five-
all
five-
players.
5 years ago, modern football.
Yeah,
I've seen calls going for that.
Yeah,
No,
that
but
was
in-
perfectly put, Jamal. That
In
was
the same
perfect.
game, the
In
third
modern
goal was the
football?
exact thing.
Please. In modern day football, that is a foul. Because if you really watch it back, right, when they slowed it down, McTominay put back his hand and it was almost as if he flicked his wrist. So in a sense, it almost looked like he knew what he was doing, which is why I think the referee gave the foul.
I agree. I 100% agree. As a United fan and a McTominay fan, McSizzle fan, that's his new name. Then when you actually check the you have to watch the video, but when you see. Yeah, well, Alex, they shared a personal call with him, and he says, you don't like the mixed sauce anymore, you want mixed sizzle instead. But anyway, so let me just finish. When he said, when you see the replay, it's because his elbow flipped back and his wrist slapped him in his face. It is why I believe the referee gave it, and that should be a foul. Now, did Son exaggerate it? Of course.
Yeah, 100%.
I truly believe that he know that he could take that in the face and keep running. But some commentators making the point that how is it that you are emphasizing McTominay's extension, but you're not even taking into account the fact that Son was trying to grab McTominay before the incident even happened? Does that play a role in the factor?
Yeah, but keyword trying. If you watch it over, he never really got the opportunity to grab it.
No, he didn't.
I believe if Son did actually grab him, he wouldn't have gotten the foul.
Yeah, because it would have been 50-50.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy how that was. More
I
you
have
gonna say
something
something?
to say. Yeah, because I find it weird though. If it's either they give it as a goal, fine. It wasn't. It was a clear foul. But how could you call back that challenge and not
Send off McTominay?
I mean, okay, I don't
point.
clearly see it as a red card offense. It could be a red card offense. But I believe it's worth a booking at least a yellow card to see.
Right.
Because if it's that much to change it, this is for you to go and change the whole decision from giving United a goal from that specific play. Why didn't he get booked at least?
Let me answer that because I remember he came up in one of the EPL shows where they brought on a referee to answer that exact question. And the referee said that there is a difference between reckless and careless when you are adjudicating situations like this. So he says the referee probably looked at the situation and said that based upon what I see, it's a foul. But because it clearly to him looks like an accident, he's considering it to be a careless. So it's not reckless. If he said it considered as reckless, he would have to give him a
second yellow.
Second yellow and send him off the field. But since he saw it as careless, as an accident, he's not going to send him off, But even Ali said that whether it's a foul or not, I think Ali's problem was that
exaggeration.
Oli is a baby.
No. That wasn't the problem. That was.
He would be ashamed if
do
his son was playing with his mates.
No, I agree. I agree with him.
I can't believe Oli needs to be trained.
I think Ali said that out of emotion because he was saying that son is all over the floor going on like a baby. That's his real concern was about, right? And I understand what he's trying to say. I think he normally is composed with what he says, but he was emotional like the rest of us. He was
Yo, that
very
was a
emotional
fresh.
like the rest of us. Because he normally think, okay, I see what you're trying to do there. But this time he was annoyed. And I can see why you were annoyed because I actually gave the same scenario last show. I don't know if y'all remember. Last show, I gave the same scenario, not realizing it was going to happen. That somebody get hit in the face and you're on the floor rolling for 6-7 times. I mean, like, come on. Son know that was nothing. But as you guys said, this is the nature of the game. But I want to say that I think all he said, though, his problem was that the amount of time after the foul is the problem.
Yeah, the boss.
That
That
VAR
treatment and so.
The VAR supposed to call. We're only supposed to go to the side for clear and obvious errors. If
It's because it was a
but
goal.
but because of the fact
was a
that the
goal.
foul happened, he didn't stop the play. Pogba
Right.
get it, droop 2 times, pass it
That
to a
but the goal
player.
happened.
Cavani scored, and then after the fact, VAR says, "Oh, by the way, this is the situation." If it was so clear and obvious, why didn't you stop it when it happened? That's the problem.
No, for
Why
VAR
didn't you
can
stop
only
it when it
Right,
happened?
that's
intervene when
clear.
the play stops. They can only come in when the play stops.
No, but
The
the problem is
review-
that VAR. Go ahead,
No,
go ahead, Sean.
If they had to review the entire play because a goal scored. If the ball was kicked outside, they wouldn't have reviewed it.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
have been it.
but point is that you're only supposed to review what is clear and obvious.
No.
But if
Not
it was-
only what's clear and obvious. You
Yeah.
change the decision if it's clear and obvious.
Yeah, but the referee's supposed to only go to the sideline and look at it if it's clear and obvious. That's the one. If the clear and obvious
The
error
VAR-
that he has to adjudicate.
No, the VAR official have to send him over there. So the VAR
Yeah.
official thought he made an error. Thought the on-field referee
Yeah.
made an error.
He
the
thought he
referee
made an
gave
error,
the
but then
goal.
the referee don't have to go over there if he thinks that is not the case because
No,
he
if he's
saw
sending
it.
him, you have to go. If he's sending him, you
No,
have to go.
No,
Yes.
you don't have to go. It's his decision.
Yeah. No.
The final decision is the referee. The guy on the field always has the last decision. The main
that's
why he
referee,
went to the monitor.
Not with VAR. If the
No,
VAR
no.
official tells him, go and have a look, he has to go and have a look because that's the only, he can't decide upon himself to go over there and take a look for himself. The VAR official has to send him over there.
But that's my point I'm trying to make, is that based upon what I saw in the rules, the VAR official doesn't have the power to send anybody. He makes a suggestion as to what he thinks the referee should do. Because the referee
Right.
is the final authority. So the
Right.
referee doesn't think, if the referee doesn't think that is the case, that I should go, then I'm not going to go because I don't think that is the case. Because how many times have I brought up scenarios that they don't bring up? The scenarios you're saying that he has to bring up, he has to address every case that Brad brings up.
If the VAR official say, hey, you should come and take a look at this, then he should go and take a look at this to make sure that he didn't make an error.
He should, but does he have to? That's the
He has
question about
to.
it.
He has to
Because-
go.
If
Good,
it's
Juan.
if it's suggested, then he has to go. He can't.
He has to
Say
go.
no. You can't say no. My decision stands.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to go and check it and then say yes, my decision stands, or no, my decision doesn't stand.
My decision stands. Yeah, basically.
But yes,
So then when he went, so it was a clear and obvious error.
I don't think the referee saw the incident. To be honest, I think he was blind. I think he was behind McTominay and he didn't see the hand reach out.
Yeah. But it's again,
Replay.
because then the rest, because that's the problem. Because then if you're gonna say that is a foul, then you're clearly inconsistent for the rest of the game. When you look
The
at
whole
Pogba
game.
incidents, when you look at
The one with
that's what I'm trying to
Rashford.
say. You've already set the stage for what you consider to be clear and obvious. Things I see and things I don't see. But yet all of a sudden you don't see Pogba's error. That was not clear and obvious. You don't see when Rashford got chopped out the box at edge of the box. That was not clear and obvious. But your
Right.
son goes 3 or 4 times and that's clear and obvious. I mean, it's
Right,
like
but then you can't say
Yeah.
we're not disputing the whether the referee says it's clear and obvious. The only person who says clear and obvious is the VAR official, and he can't just send him over there every time. He has to be a particular.
yes.
If it's a red card worthy, then he can send him over there. If his play stops, he can send him over there.
So he's only
The
got
main
seven
reason
goals.
with that goal,
If it's
Only
for
got
a red
seven
card
the
goals.
or a
main
goal,
reason with that
Those are the only
yeah, because
times
the
he can
main
send
reason
them.
we put him over
yeah,
there was because of the fact that that one decision could change the game. It was either a goal or it was a foul, which would then, cause it to not be a goal. So things like that, you kind of have to review it. You have to. You can't just leave something like that. Rashford going down. It wasn't a penalty. It wasn't a booking. And quite frankly, Rashford did add some theatrics to it.
Yeah.
Pretty much like Son did. The main reason they checked that goal was because of the fact that it turned into. They checked it was because of the fact that it turned into a goal. Had
So
it
they have
not
to
been
go
a
back
goal,
and
they
check.
would have never checked it.
Yeah.
They would have
Because
left it.
yeah, because
Okay.
they check every goal. That's what VAR is for.
The
Check
goal is
but
reviewable.
Yeah,
but
every
the
goal.
thing I'm saying,
or fouls.
because for the third goal, Pogba did the same thing to Dyer, hand in the face. The goal stood.
Mhm.
Okay,
And
but
then
Remember
when they went, because commentators were saying you go back to another United game when West Brom and United drew, and the goal that West Brom scored, the striker's hand was literally over Lindelof's
Lindelof.
face, and the goal stood. So that's what I'm saying. The inconsistencies of
I think
when you want to
you have
decide
to
what is
fall.
what.
You have to fall to get it.
Okay, I get. Now I understand. Now I
No, but
understand. You have to fall
yeah,
two, three
yeah,
times
but
in a
it's
row. I get it.
foul in general.
yeah,
That's
you
what
have to
bro. Foul.
we know the system's flawed.
Because Mane supposed to have a couple penalties this season, and
Long time. Yeah.
but ain't falling though.
Yeah, because that's the
Man is
problem.
supposed
Are
to
you,
get sent off too.
this is why I was saying that the referees
Yep,
are the
Tierney.
problem. Remember I said so. The referees are the problem. You're basically encouraging players to dive. You're telling them you get touched anywhere on the field. If you don't fall, you won't get anything.
Even if you don't get touched,
You
that's
play
fine.
on. Yep.
Right,
It's
Josh?
sad. It's sad. After he's saying it's a foul, his hand's too high. You can shield it. And then that's the thing. So then what should McTominay have done differently? Because someone's saying that he
Mc-
should not have flipped back his hand, but he
No,
wasn't
but
even looking at the guy.
It's an
McTominay's chest height is different to Son's chest height.
it's still an unnatural movement. You don't run like this. How do you run
Yeah.
like
No, but I guess
Naruto.
again, I'm
Yo,
giving
he's
both
flicking
sides.
off
I agree.
Son's hand because Son was
That's
trying
my
to
point.
hold it.
That's
He's
my
flicking
point.
off the hand.
the
Son is
rule?
grabbing you, you feel a hand grabbing you, and then you pull out your hand to stop the guy from grabbing you. You're not even looking to see where Son's face is because your face is this way. So how do you know what his face and what his
Right.
hand?
I'm
Yeah.
saying I don't think he didn't do it on purpose. It was purely accidental.
Yeah,
But
but
it's not foul.
it's
Yeah, but then again, it's like the same elbow flick that just spoke about.
Yeah.
If you're trying to hold,
Oh, he fell out.
Did
Okay.
that foul?
Yeah. But yeah,
And that
we'll
knock
move
one
on.
boy.
We'll move on. But yeah, definitely though. I guess I'm saying that it's difficult. It's harder now for referees, but they're not helping the game at all by some of the calls that they're making. Because it seems like the game is getting softer and softer. How do you defend now? So every time I touch a guy, what am I supposed to do? I can't
Stealing
tussle
football open up.
anymore. I know, right? It seems like
Stealing
players like
football
me
open
and who are little.
You can't hit somebody in the face, Memphis.
Yeah.
I don't
You
hit
can't
nobody
bang
in the
them
face,
back in them
man.
chest side of
Wow.
Memphis.
I am.
No,
So
I
stop
don't
pulling
know.
back then. Stop pulling back.
Pull your
I
back.
just,
Before I was ahead of you, bro. You're too slow.
You ahead of anybody. You get.
So
and
one
he's
one
working.
question.
Go ahead, Bachi.
Oh, good night. Did Ole answer back Mourinho after Mourinho last jibe?
Yo, this is. I hope he didn't. This is
I hope he
crazy.
did. It doesn't
But-
seem like the time. It doesn't seem like the
But he
time.
can't.
Does it matter though?
Of
Joe,
course.
like day 7th or something?
Yeah.
That
Mourinho is petty.
hit hard.
Mourinho is petty.
I'll tell you what, Mourinho is done.
He
That's
just
why I said
Yeah.
with Ole yesterday. No, Ole played it perfectly into his hand because he lost the game, and because of Ole's comment, he was able to talk about that instead of talking about that the team get banged up.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
in one of his interviews, I think he mentioned that they got beaten by the better team this time, though. I think he said that.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
He's been saying that a lot though.
He has
He's been saying that a lot this season. He better than
I don't-
Klopp this season now. I don't know.
I was watching some
Everything.
I was some Tottenham fans, and they actually don't think that's the case. They actually think that they should stay with Mourinho. They just think he needs to be backed and needs to be supported, and that the team will do
Which
better.
Spurs fans that?
Yeah, the real
fans
ones.
are desperate
The
for a
real
trophy.
ones.
That is why they
I've
have
heard-
Jose Mourinho. They're desperate for a trophy, and this
Maybe
whole thing
San
of
Antonio Spurs.
trophy Mourinho, they're willing to do anything just to end the
Yeah.
trophy drought.
Yeah,
So
they
they
really
signed
in there.
Jose Mourinho.
Some say get the Carabao Cup and then fire him. Get
I
somebody
still
else.
say I feel very funny about that one, man.
If they get it.
Carabao Cup. Which
If they
one?
get it.
All
A
right,
City
quick
trophy
move
that.
on. Arsenal,
But then
Sheffield.
remember,
All
if they
right.
fire him, if they fire him, like Shaq was saying a few weeks back, that he has some kind of clause in his contract, so they
Yeah,
still have to
huge
give
fair.
him guaranteed money.
Well, we'll talk about it a bit later. But last point, based on this, right? And Tottenham don't make the top four. Harry Kane is for sure leaving, right?
Well, that's what
the news came out, I said.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
watch
saying that.
watch over there touching the stuff.
You can come here. I'll welcome you with open arms.
You know what's funny?
He needs-
You know what's funny?
He needs to come to
You
his
don't
point.
want that names again, Moy?
All right.
I don't mind.
Watch all
I
the
don't have a
suitors.
problem with it.
Watch all the suitors.
What are you saying there, Jamal?
I was saying Kane halfway through a 6-year deal. I don't think Daniel Levy is going to let him go for less than what he wants. So Kane can put up that transfer request, but I don't know if he's going to let him go this summer. And I
Yeah,
don't
for the right price.
Well, you know, yeah, with Daniel Levy's always the money talk.
150
Always money.
I'm asking for him.
100 and what?
150
Yo,
mil.
if you
Let's
give
not find an extra
Jose, if
30
you
and get
give
Haaland.
Jose transfer budget plus 150 from Kane, Jose can buy some players.
Yeah, but who's buying Kane for 150? Mr. Glass Ankles for 150 mil.
City,
So-
United.
Nah, City.
United.
Yeah, but then,
Kane-
at this
Kane
point,
isn't worth 150.
at this point, if you're gonna spend 150 and Kane, might as well you buy Haaland.
Yeah.
Just slap an extra
agree.
30.
There's a 7-year difference between the one is 20 and one is 27. I
Might as well
totally
go
agree
for
with
the
you.
younger player.
Yes,
bigger
but
team.
Kane gives you 30, 40 goals a season. That's why you buy him for 150.
Haaland too.
For how long?
Like,
For
except in big games.
You pay 150. You have to look at your return on this. 150 for how long? 2-3 years?
For one.
Yeah.
One
Especially
more
when you're not
injury,
getting no
Kane
trophy.
done. One
So
more injury, Kane done.
Jamal, you would have to pay 150 and win the title for 2 years. Then
With
to
who?
not
Wait,
pay it.
Wait, depending on which club. Because if he goes to City, it doesn't matter if they get Lukaku or Kane. They're winning trophies next season.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough. I hear. Good point.
Yes, City
Definitely
fan.
good point.
so
I
150,
wouldn't say that.
150 spent there is useless.
Yeah, but they're not buying anything else. It's just a striker they need. They
Yeah,
don't need
but
nothing
I
else.
don't think
then you can spend it on someone else. You can spend less money on someone else and still win a title.
Fuck.
on that quality though.
Not Harry Kane quality though.
No,
Yeah,
it's
so-
So goodbye,
what-
Calvert Lewin,
okay.
cheaper. And when
So
the
Jamal, what is Harry Kane worth then?
he's
Don't
worth
quote
less.
it.
About
What?
90.
What is he? Call it over, bro. Call it over.
About
bro.
90. About 90.
I'd
90,
say
90.
80 to 90 million
80.
90.
in today's market. 80 to 90 million.
You're crazy, fam.
Nah. Sorry, guys.
Okay, let me just ask you a good
Go
question.
ahead.
Do you all think that Harry Kane has become too comfortable at Tottenham?
No.
Yeah. Well,
No.
Wait, sorry,
Comfortable meaning how?
Because let me just tell you my thought process there. Because I'm thinking he may just stay there, rack up a high wage, and he's not really too much on the winning thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think is he got sucked into a deal at 20, 21 years old, and now he's feeling the effects of it.
That's it. I
It's-
agree.
Year deal at 20 something years old. I mean, you take it because it's money guaranteed.
You have to take that money there. You have to take that money.
No, the
Their
team,
deal.
you're 3 years
Football.
in.
In Kane's defense, Spurs were on the up when he signed that deal.
That's what I'm saying. Now you're halfway through, and you're looking around and saying, "Son is the only one that's close to me here."
Yep.
You know,
And he may be on the move.
Well,
Congrats.
Son's leaving for sure. Son's leaving for sure. He has to leave. He has a good age too.
Did you guys see Son's interview after the game?
Yeah,
When he
I saw him
cried?
crying. I mean, they're
Yeah,
laughing. I was laughing.
Son gone.
Sean to Man City.
Kane and Vardy in the same boat, not
Everybody.
going anywhere. All right, so that's go. All right.
Kane will probably be
Right.
the next Shearer. Loyalty over trophies.
Let's jump to Europa League quickly, guys. Slavia Praha versus Arsenal. All right, 1-1.
Whoa. You just jump over my 3-0 win.
I just skipped 2 whole games. Yo, I just skipped 2 whole games.
I was hoping you talk about that.
No, but there were 2 games today.
Can I
There
ask
were
a
2
question,
games
man?
today.
A quick question.
Go ahead, too.
Good boy.
Laca is it in, and y'all try to get money for Aubameyang?
Yes.
All day, every
25
day.
players.
Oh, well, you know what I mean? Me and Jamal and Joe, we had this conversation maybe like a week or 2 ago. They tore them out.
I had the same conversation on Twitter today.
Same.
Tore them out.
The same rant on Twitter today.
Tore
So
them out.
Martinelli at number 9.
I feel like we should
Martinelli,
capitalize.
Balogun.
Yeah.
If we hear me out.
Capitalize
Hear
on
me
the
out.
platform right now and get
Right, hear me out on this, Joe. If there are plans to invest and say invest heavily in the squad, then you break it up, break up everything, mash it down, keep the untouchables and build on that. If not, then we're gonna have to work with some of the quality that's there.
But it's very few untouchables.
That's
Well,
my
we got
next point.
untouchables, man. We
Who
got
are
a couple
the-
untouchables, man.
But it's a few.
Gabriel,
Saka.
Partey, Tierney, Leno, Saka,
I don't
Martinelli.
consider Leno untouchable.
I mean, we're gonna
I
get
do
though.
not consider Leno untouchable at all.
Just
Okay,
Mr. Martinez.
Before y'all go down that road there, back to Moy's point though, if you're gonna sell your 2 main striker, what are you going to buy?
You have to be investing in somebody, and then who
Money,
you
strikers out there to get.
unless you win the Champions League, who you can
No. Name
to
2
come to
striker.
Arsenal.
Name 2 striker better than the 2 of them right now.
We don't
You
need
can
two.
buy.
We don't need 2. We need 1.
I mean,
Right?
I didn't even think.
No.
We
You
do-
just said if you said Laca instead of Aubameyang,
Yes.
right? Who
We
are
need
you
one.
going to buy?
We
You
have
don't want to play.
Striker.
Wait,
They could-
listen to me now. Wait, let me
right.
finish the question.
Wood.
Let me finish the question. Who are you going to buy that doesn't want to play Champions League football and can give you a goal return that's worthy of being a starting striker at Arsenal?
Chris Wood.
That's some young player to give you a 15 goal. You gotta bring it if you want to win. Because as Shaq say, you come to win trophies, right? So you need to buy with that intent. Why are you gonna go buy
Right.
Nketiah for
No, we're not
15
gonna buy
million?
an Nketiah. You're not gonna buy an Nketiah.
No,
But
they could
Haaland
get
before
Jovic.
Haaland before he was
No,
Haaland. That's an excellent name, Memphis. But Haaland before he was Haaland, you pick up on those players and you get them, and they can still score you the 20-25 goals a season in the Premier League.
but
When
That's
they
a gamble.
Memphis,
But that's a gamble,
one
bro.
thing.
That's still a gamble because you don't know
Every
if Haaland
signing is a
would've-
gamble.
True.
Every.
But
Haaland
some
would've
signings though give you more confidence than others because nobody thought that Haaland would do what he did. They hoped so, it looked so, but you had no guarantee. He could have flopped at Dortmund.
And we would have
So
thought
are
that
you-
Lacazette would have scored 50 goals before yesterday.
Any
Yeah,
signing.
but from a money perspective, you're better going to spend on a Lacazette coming from Lyon and scoring 20-something goals than to buy a striker who has not done that and expect him to do it in the best league in the world. He could, but you're going to risk a whole season and winning nothing with that.
Are you gonna risk a whole 30, 40 million, and then that offset everything else you're doing?
But let me
I
give you
look at it
let
that
me give you
way
an
too.
example. Andre Silva.
Good
Okay.
sign. Good
All
man.
right. I would spend the same money there, the Lacazette money and Aubameyang money on him because he's done it. He's doing it in Germany. But then you're gonna go buy, or I would bet it on Timo Werner after what he did. But then you're gonna buy who? What's his name? The same kid. The same Haaland.
Jovic?
You bought a Haaland, and there was nothing that said that Haaland would do what he's doing now. There's nothing. There was nothing before.
Yeah, but
he would have had
you
a
could
good
say that-
season. good season, but not the season he had. So he's
You could
good,
say
good
that
enough for
about Andre
Arsenal. That's my
Silva as well.
question.
True.
Exactly.
Because before Andre Silva went to Frankfurt, he was flopping at AC Milan.
Exactly. Lacazette, before he came to the Premier League, scored 90-something goals in 3 seasons. And now Lacazette has been at Arsenal for a few seasons and is on his best season of 15 goals in a Premier League season. 15.
So
This
since
man-
there are
Jovic
no
at
guarantees,
Frankfurt versus Jovic at
Since
Real
then-
Madrid.
so since there are
Yeah.
no guarantees, then that's what y'all are saying. Since there are no guarantees, you're just gonna buy anything.
You might as well
Take-
take the
You're not,
chance.
you're not buying anything.
We
but
didn't say
take
that
the
though.
risk. Take the
I'm asking
risk.
a question.
You take the risk. Right now, Lacazette is in sharp goal scoring form. The way I look at it, you give Lacazette a contract extension and he knock you on Ozil, kind of like Aubameyang right now. What do you do then? He's on his best goal scoring form since coming to Arsenal. You have interest all around. Capitalize on the goal scoring form and get a good price for him.
But Joe,
Sir.
you need experience up front. You can't
Yeah,
have a
you need
striker.
experience up front, but when it comes to that, I prefer to sell Aubameyang and Lacazette and buy a Calvert Lewandowski. That's my name for him, yes. Calvert Lewandowski, buy a Ollie Watkins, honestly speaking, than to keep the two of them.
Fair enough. Okay, 3-0
And
Sheffield.
then you still got Martinelli and Balogun. So
Yeah,
really
you still have
is one
Martinelli,
thing.
Balogun,
Did
and who
Did
knows?
Balogun sign the contract?
Nketiah,
And Eddie.
although I don't
And who?
have faith in Nketiah, he might catch himself. You never know.
Jamal
That's what I keep saying.
Did
Don't
Balogun
sell
sign the
Eddie.
contract? Because I think he's done his last year.
Yeah,
No,
but
Balogun is
But what do you do then?
4-year contract.
We have so much to do. What do you do, guys? Oh, man, Munchie hit. Sorry, Munchie. What do you do when you when Aubameyang goes to he goes back to Dortmund. He goes back to Dortmund, right? After they sell Haaland, right? And the man scored 40 goals. Weren't you
I'll
the problem?
celebrate for him. I'll be happy for him. I'll be
Weren't
very
you
happy
the
for him.
problem?
But we've seen that in so many times. We can't be sentimental about that. We can't be thinking
Look how
about
much
Yeah.
people leave United and pop
Van
off.
Persie
Come on
left
now.
and went to Man U and won a
Lingard.
trophy. Nasri went to City and won a trophy.
Me,
But
I went Leon and pop off.
Isn't it different, guys? Isn't it different when the player who left you wasn't your best player and wasn't playing well? Are you still gonna tell me that Aubameyang is not your best player?
We've had our best players leave season after season and go on and do whatever they did.
And you haven't won anything. How about you hold on to them now? No
And
offense,
you
but let's be
won.
What do you
honest.
mean haven't won anything? What are you
I'm
talking
saying
about?
that when you
God,
when you
hey,
compare,
Move
when
on,
you
move on.
compare,
Fighting will start.
I'm gonna always compare this Arsenal team, like this United team, to Fergie and Wenger. Unless you reach there, you haven't done anything
But
yet.
we're in a rebuilding process, and you can't use these two in a rebuilding process.
Why
Yes,
not? That's my point, Jamal. Why
But
not?
No, but-
I
Thank
can't.
you.
You can't.
But that's where we're going, Josh.
team. They're
Go ahead,
they're a
come on.
step in the ladder. They're not the complete
Right.
part.
Right. That's
So I'm
it.
willing to let go to gain another few steps in the ladder.
Plus,
Okay,
they're
I'm sorry.
taking up
I didn't mean to go down this point. I didn't mean to go
Okay,
down
Josh,
this
hear
point,
me
guys.
out. Hear me. It's risk and reward. You don't know. I mean, we
100%.
don't.
No, I know you don't know.
And you don't know either. So you're gonna bring us a scenario, and hey, you may very well be right.
It's
Oh,
not a
we could
scenario
be right.
bringing. No, I hear your point. It is just that somebody said the other day about City that City let go Aguero. United would keep him. What does that say about United versus City?
United wouldn't keep him.
City can afford to let go. City can afford to let go an Aguero
Right.
because they're City, and then they can go and get another quality striker or not, according to Jamal or other people, and still win the league. But can Arsenal afford to let go a Lacazette and an Aubameyang who could start in most teams? I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here.
Yes. Yes,
What
we
can
could.
you? You're not City.
Hello.
And if it's not
Hello.
working out, what do you want us to do? Hold on to dead weight? We can't.
I mean,
You see them as dead weight.
Arsenal did
Okay,
let go of
alright.
Robin Van Persie also when he was their best player.
It's dead
That is
weight.
my
Hello.
point. They let go of Adebayo. They let go of Clichy. They let go of Saka. They will go. You keep letting go your people. Hold on to them.
I mean,
And build the play.
that was a
Kind of
different era, though.
some form of trophy, though. They
Munchie.
want some form of
Okay.
trophies.
Before you go,
Yeah.
Munchie, it's a different era. when we were letting go all those players, Wenger said it in an interview he had there on Bein Sports. He's saying he was to fund the stadium. That's what he was. And it hurts him even now that we had to keep selling our best players season after season to offset the debt.
But you had to
Right
do it.
now, right
So
now,
excuse
right now we can afford to do it. Right now we can afford to do it. So like Jamal is saying, it is a step in the ladder. We want to get, like you said, we want to get to where City is right now. And that's just what you have to do.
And you have to do things to get there because City didn't just get there, you know. They did things to get there. And then, for example, keep going back to this Wenger and Fergie thing. Look on Fergie. How many of you know Fergie's history before he became the big Manchester United manager he was? Fergie was on the brink of getting fired.
Almost up.
Yeah, but I know it in quite detail. I know you're talking about the key games where people thought he would get fired and so forth.
Yeah.
This time in Scotland, too, as well too. But yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
So y'all winning
Munchie.
the second
Wait.
leg. Go ahead, Munchie. Go ahead,
Before you go.
Munchie. I'm trying to move on.
Yeah, you guys asked. I think Josh, you asked a question. Which striker can Arsenal get that doesn't want to play champion? Well, don't mind not playing Champions League and can still rack up some goals for them, right? Couple shows ago, and he's still even continuing. You guys are pushing Danny Ings on me. Why you now not pushing it on
Why are you
Arsenal?
saying? No, why are you saying that we were pushing it on you, bro? We were not.
boy.
You were just saying that.
With such spite.
You were saying no, Monkey. You were saying you were speaking of Danny Ings as if he is not quality. You were speaking down on Danny Ings.
Yep.
That's how we were pushing him on you. You're speaking down like
He's not a City rated type of player. That's what I'm
Fair
trying
enough.
to tell you,
fair enough.
right?
Fair enough.
So
You
Arsenal should go for them. Go
What
for
is a
him.
City?
If they sell Lacazette and Aubameyang,
yeah, okay.
he's a guaranteed
All right.
goal scorer.
but
But the only thing is,
Josh,
injury thing.
we need a
so
freestyle
I don't know
show.
if he's going to think twice about that.
We do. You see what happened again, bro? See what happened again? I knew this was going to
But I
happen.
mean,
Much you just family quiet.
are you going to really trust fully? If it's like a Danny Ings options and Dilla, are City
Okay.
really going to trust Dilla that much?
That's a good question.
If Dortmund can trust
United
Haaland,
would.
the same thing you guys said.
United would.
If Dortmund can trust Haaland,
Boy, you've played without
United trust Rashford when Rooney was injured, and look where Rashford is for today.
Mhm.
Come on, this guy has 26 goals.
I'm gonna regret this, right? I'm gonna regret this. But let me ask you a question. So Arsenal
Then they
sell
say
Aubameyang,
City is
'cause
not better than you.
Jamal done set the price. He ready to sell Aubameyang. So this guy is selling Aubameyang, and then he goes to Man City.
He can go Man City and win titles. Bravo.
Wait,
Yeah,
Jamal, wait, the big boss. Wait, the big boss. Wait, Drew. I'm asking the City fans, will you all accept Aubameyang to start in strike?
Of course.
No,
It's
that's the
Aubameyang.
problem. Why is it? That's my point.
Well,
why is it?
We don't have we don't have whatever they have. So why are we gonna keep this guy and hold him to high?
Because he's a Bobby. Wait, why?
But
I think we're forgetting that City
we
and
don't have what they
Arsenal
have.
have two different financial structures.
we don't.
Okay, let me put,
Arsenal very
Let me-
much broke.
You know
Let me
what
put
me?
this
You know what
two
me?
short
Go
point
ahead,
here.
man.
Because if you look at Liverpool, and Liverpool selling Suarez was the big thing for Liverpool, the one to get Liverpool over the hump. And they
And
even
Coutinho.
sold Suarez. They even sold Coutinho. That
So
was
Sterling.
one of their top players. Even Sterling, and he was young. So I mean, it's a rebuilding process. You have to give and
SSS.
take.
Good point. It's a good
It's
point.
either
It's a good point.
they sell Aubameyang and Lacazette, and it turns out terrible for them, or they sell them, they bring in a nice quality striker, young, give Nketiah a chance, or bring in like a Danny Ings or whatever, and it flourishes. It's a give and take in any scenario, just like City bringing in a
I
striker.
love the Danny Ings one.
Yeah, but I have one question. Just one quick question. One quick question. Based on the question that Moy asked. This is for Jamal and Shaq, because I'm very intrigued to hear the answer. We are all for selling the both of them if possible and cashing in and using the money towards the rebuilding process. 100%. Okay, cool. If we had to keep one, who are we keeping?
Bro, okay, Shaka's left the chat.
Yo,
Nah, come on,
Basically-
that's
Go
who we
ahead and
are.
give your predictions for the show one time too, please. This game, sorry. One time. Go ahead.
Who
Joe.
keep Jamal?
Joe,
I'd keep Abba.
Same. I would keep Abba too. 100%. That's it. That's all I want to hear.
Jack.
I tell you what, Shaq left the chat. Lack is no more, you know. Okay, guys, it depends on system. It depends on system.
It doesn't.
Whatever what they want to do.
And
If you're looking at a striker and running off the shoulder kind of striker, I want Aubameyang, of course. But if we're playing how we're playing now, we need Lacazette. We need Lacazette.
And to your point, guys, to agree with your point, because I do agree with your point. They're just being devil's advocate. I think what Arteta is doing is not similar to what Pep is doing. It's very similar to what Pep is doing. Because then you have Aubameyang, and then there's a bunch of City fans there saying, you start Gabriel Jesus, why you start Aguero? Aguero is fit. But then if you have your system and you don't think that playing them, your best player, fits the system, you bench him and you do what you have to do, you know? And that's why I see Arteta doing that. He's not thinking about what's best for Aubameyang. He's thinking about what's best for Arsenal. And that's what the coach is about. Take balls now. Take balls.
Okay, Jassy. I think we can win. I'm giving a score prediction. I think we can come back. I think we can win this game. 2-0. 2-0 Arsenal. 2-0, 3-1.
Jamal, Joe?
3-1.
3-0 for me.
Okay, Arsenal gone.
Which one? The
Arsenal
win?
gone.
Jamal?
We need to know whether the winner or lost because with you, we don't know. We have no idea.
Gone.
I'm waiting for the. But I do think we're gonna concede. With that statement, John.
No, we can.
Munchie and the Arsenal haters, Munchie and Memphis. What y'all think in this game?
I don't hate Arsenal. There's only one team I hate.
Okay, you find you like to laugh at Arsenal.
Yeah, you like to laugh.
You do like to laugh at Arsenal though. You don't hate them, but you like to laugh at them. Memphis.
A 1-1 and Arsenal go out on penalties would be quite satisfying.
Okay.
This boy is just wild.
Wild. Munchie, go ahead. Come on.
What Afi say? Oh,
I think they're gonna win this 2-0. Honestly.
Okay.
They're gonna win
right.
this 2-0.
Let's get to something that's more akin of you. Man United, Granada. We up 2-0.
Tie is done.
3-1 Granada.
3-1.
That's extra time now.
What's that extra time?
Yeah, because
Man,
you have 2
extra time.
goals.
We have two away goals.
But Granada has 3.
No, but Granada will have
No.
2.
Oh
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, Granada will have 3.
Granada.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, 3-0 Granada. Hopefully.
3-1 Joe.
No, but he said 3-1.
No,
Wait,
I'm saying
okay.
Right.
No, wait,
So then they have 3 away goals, right?
Yeah.
The tie is done, Josh.
Then
Josh,
again,
the tie is done.
Tie
Then
is
again,
done. Okay.
If Man U
Track
win,
to the tie
that's good for Arteta, you know, if Man U win. So, no
Yeah,
problem.
all is ready.
Yeah. I saw a list of all the big managers that Ole has beaten today,
And my manager was in India.
and how many times he has beaten them. And what
great Pep. The great Pep they blow 4 times.
I gotta say, Arteta has had the one over Ali for
He
a
has
while.
left the chat again.
All I'm saying though is that Villarreal win their game. All right, that's all I'm saying. So let's see.
Unai Emery.
Let's see. Every come after you. Have a pass every first. Every come after you.
That should have a pass
And you
every
looking good in
first.
their game. You have a pass every first. And
To be honest-
Emery the Europa League winner. Don't forget the year about 3 of them. Okay.
To be honest,
Alright.
to be honest,
Well,
no, it's-
true. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to
I
be
would
honest,
say
I'm
I'm
more
fully
worried
competent
about
back to back.
A free competition
Yeah,
there.
is the team I'm worried about the most, if I'm being honest, is Emery.
Really? Okay.
So
Alright.
if I get through this and I play Emery next and I beat Emery, I win the Europa League.
Trouble.
Yo, the Arsenal
when-
fans
when
always
you
gassed
play-
up. Man.
When
Them are always
Sure.
gassed
how much
up, man.
clips a person has each show?
No, you can clip me,
Because,
man. You can
like-
clip me. Yeah, all right. Clip me if you need to. That's okay.
You sure?
So, key things as long as I pull through.
No.
Wait,
Wait,
that's
wait,
what I'm
saying.
full screen, full screen.
When you get
full
clipped,
screen.
it's not no.
No,
Say it to
there's
the
no.
chest.
And
Yeah,
I
but
know
you
as
use
long
it.
as
I know
I know
so
it
there's
can't be
hey,
there.
and that is
I know I
again,
think.
because that's what I said originally. I said as long as we can get through the Slavia Prague
Yeah.
game,
We
and
can't
beat
be clipped,
Emery,
bro. You can't be clipped, bro. You can't be
Exactly.
clipped when you talk like that.
Once I beat these two teams, I win the Europa League.
You know why I get clipped.
What you should say is when I beat Slavia and
No.
when I
No,
beat
Minnesota-
Emery, I
Minnesota
will beat
confident.
United. That's how you have to say it.
I
When
will-
it beat United, why is the foregone conclusion that United go to finals?
For Ajax.
Yeah. How you mean? How you
you
mean?
just
Good.
you just rule out
All
everybody
right,
else.
you like you want to get clipped.
To be honest,
You check? He just automatically goes straight to finals.
I watched Ajax versus Roma, and Ajax was so unlucky. They dominated that game, boy. They're supposed to bang Roma by about 4. They're supposed to bang Roma by 4 or 5 goals. And Roma managed to win. Literally, they're supposed to bang them. They wanted a chance. I'm talking 1-on-1 chance. Ajax versus Roma. I don't know how.
And Roma was their way team.
Huh?
Yeah.
Roma was
Roma
their way.
waiting.
And then Roma's centre back scored a beautiful goal, boy. He chested that down and slapped it like a striker to win that game. But they really don't deserve to win that. They don't deserve to win that game. Roma played awful. You know, so they
go keep the showed up though.
Yeah.
Roma has been awful for most of the season.
Yeah. And I think I can bang Ajax. I beat them before, bang them again. You know, just put Donny Van de Beek start that game there. See, he's scored hat trick.
Oh boy.
All right, Bayern, PSG, Bayern. We talked a lot about it last time, so a few more comments.
Hey, you check my status. You check my status. Lewandowski in training. Lewandowski in training.
I predicted this win. I just want to point out that I predicted this win and y'all thought I was talking crazy.
True.
Thank you.
Yes, you did say that. Good point, Joe. Props to you. Definitely, you did say that this would happen. However, though, what's his name? Not however. In addition to that, what's his name? Memphis. You posted it. I think everybody knows it. That Lewandowski's training. I think we predicted that somehow or another he could find.
We joked about it.
Some way to play.
Yeah. At 4 weeks, they automatically.
Hey,
Lewandowski played the last 20 minutes. Lewandowski played the last 20 minutes.
He's just running. He's just running. He's not in
Jamal, hear me out, right? Lewandowski for the last 20 minutes of the game.
Yo, Josh, that man is the serum that they gave Captain America.
What? Same thing.
Jamal,
boy.
With all those crosses that Chippermoting got last game, Lewandowski just need 5 minutes.
That's it.
Just need 5 minutes.
That's it.
That man say after the 90th whistle last week, they must start giving Lewandowski injection.
Stats. But real though, guys, for real. Anybody actually think Bayern gonna win this 2-0?
I'm sticking with Jamal from last week. Jamal, your mind change? Because I'm sticking with you, bro. The 3-1. The 3-1 for Bayern, that one sound real iffy, dog. I feel like it could happen.
Boy, I think Bayern. I think Bayern.
I want PSG to win now because
you prefer PSG, ain't it?
We all want PSG.
I can deal with the pace of Mbappe.
Not me.
But
not me. You want Bayern, man.
But
you don't want PSG.
No, he talking about who you want to play next.
It's gonna be too much.
Honestly, I
you know the funny thing is, they man talking like Dortmund. They done beat Dortmund again.
We haven't got there yet, Memphis. We're getting there.
Don't you? Lewandowski isn't playing, so just get out your head.
But if they go through, he'll be back for the City tie, innit? if they make it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what,
Yeah,
If
they
they
make
make
it.
it.
He's not playing.
Okay, well, in a
He's on
world
the
where
list.
Lewandowski doesn't play, they're definitely not winning.
I don't think so.
Or they win, but they ultimately lose.
Yeah, I think they win, but ultimately lose.
I am not counting out Bayern, as I said last show, to get
Not
that
me.
2-0 to get that 2-0 win plus a clean sheet.
I
It's not
agree.
impossible.
It'd be
for them.
5-0.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't. I
remember
think. I think
PSG
him. Anyway.
PSG versus Barcelona. Hey,
Yeah.
is who said something about they had the commentator say Bayern Munich don't play under
Don't panic.
pressure when they're down. They
They
don't.
don't
Yeah,
panic.
they don't
They don't
panic.
panic.
Yeah, they don't
They don't.
panic.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
PSG doesn't have a leader,
They panic. I
Yeah,
tell you.
right?
They
because
panic.
like
If
the
Bayern
Man
Munich
City game was
scores
a perfect
first
example.
in like the
Yeah,
first
that's
10
it.
minutes,
The timing of the goals.
it's gonna be
Chaos.
be real weird.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Look.
Yep.
and I think the coach got it right this time. He has to start Alphonso Davies. Has to.
He does.
Once once that guy starts, I think
Mbappe shut
they can
down.
play the game. And
I tell you.
yeah,
Well, football is
Mbappe
played
shut
that
down.
way now because Alfonso can start and not show up. So, but then history shows, which is why I said that PSG would win the first leg. History shows that PSG plays their best football in the first leg, but history also show that they usually don't show up for the second leg, not often. So, because look at
PSG versus
the
Barcelona.
second leg against Barcelona. If Barcelona were clinical, PSG wouldn't.
And the one.
PSG
And the one
wouldn't be
against.
there right now.
We see you omit the one against United.
We talking
So
about
you-
PSG
We're
and
talking
Bayern.
about real football teams. So
Okay,
if
all right. Okay.
Chelsea,
Okay,
Arsenal
all
fan.
right. I tell you, boy, my solid 3-1 win in Paris. You just gotta update that. Okay, all right. But for real though, the 2-0, I see as a possibility, as Moy saying. But then the 3-1 Jamal is saying could happen if they score at the 2-1. I do see Bayern nicking out that one late third goal and then just holding it. So wonderful game. We'll see what it is.
Because
Chelsea Porto this
honestly,
done.
last
Okay.
thing,
Long time. That is
because
done long
honestly,
time.
Pochettino is not going to go to the Bayern Munich game and sit back. He's not going to do that.
yeah,
No.
I don't think so either. I
He's
don't
not.
believe so.
That's when they get
Sitting back,
treated.
he gets 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he sit back, he's solid.
Even if he don't sit back.
But his
But that's
tie is
the thing.
over.
They're not gonna get the ball though. PSG not gonna have the ball in this tie. It's gonna be another 67% possession, for Bayern. So
Yeah, they can rely on Mbappe's pace, but
again, which is why Davies have a start.
yeah, but I think
Yeah.
on a flat field, Mbappe starts on the other side of Davies.
Yeah,
Yep.
starts on the left wing.
Yeah.
Either side.
Yeah.
Either side, yeah.
Yeah, but
100%.
you saw what they did in the last game though. The tactic that they used is when as I said, when PSG played that low block and counter attack, Davies ran where he needed to run just to stop that counter attack.
Yeah.
That's what they did. It's
Yeah, but
crazy.
then ultimately, based on the fact that PSG are going in with the win, any type of football Bayern Munich plays will be playing into PSG's hand because they're one of the best counter-attacking team in the world based on who they have going forward. So it's just a matter of will Mbappe and Neymar and Di Maria and whoever else, if they'll put the ball into the back of the net.
Yeah, and as we mentioned before, that Marquinhos is not playing. Is that for sure now? Because if he's not playing, that's a key defender.
Where he's
lacking
not
height.
Play,
See?
play. Him, McCarty, and one. No, he's not playing.
He's not
See?
playing. Okay, yeah, that's
That's
a big
loss. That's
that's
a big loss.
That's worrisome. Wow.
That's your starting centre back right there.
Yeah, that's what.
I see Chelsea Porto done, but
Done.
Porto teams have done crazy things before. So let's
I
hope
hope they do.
Done.
But that
Liverpool Madrid done.
Yeah, that is done
Yeah.
too.
Okay, moving on since we hit Liverpool. All right, I know the Liverpool fans are not gonna like that. They're not
But
gonna
this
like
is
that at
done
all.
too, so let's end the show.
There we go. There we go.
After Chief, the man and goal.
True.
Not a heart to say after Chief, the man
Let's
and
Ball
not
don't
talk
lie.
about that because Man City got robbed of a penalty too. So let's not
There
go
was
down
holding
no
on.
that.
Moy holding
I
on
don't
to
know
that,
about
boy.
I don't know
They
about
didn't-
that.
Moy holding
they
on
didn't
to
watch it.
that.
Didn't Rodri get touched, bro?
No,
But would you have scored the penalty?
It don't matter.
Wow. Wow.
Hear this, right? Hear
especially
this,
Sterling
chat.
taking the penalty.
Some teams have
Nah,
score
Liverpool
more
would step
penalty
up,
than me
man.
and still behind me in the table. So it don't matter.
A Champions League are retarded, boy.
Yeah,
I don't want to know that.
Oh,
I don't want to
if we
know
talking
that.
about Champions League, they still not India. So it don't
That's
matter.
what that's that then, boy. I don't want this
There
guy.
you go. There you go. You should talk about
Boy,
me.
take
and
with
Champions
boy.
League.
Beside for trouble, you boy. Take with.
On a serious note, though. On a serious note about Liverpool, y'all, the tie done.
I think
Not
it's
100%.
It's at
well,
Anfield.
okay. When I said I still think Real Madrid will win, but it would be the game itself would be a cagey affair.
Very.
Not talking about the aggregate score and stuff like that. Maybe a 1-0 Madrid or a 1-1 or a 1-1 game. I see.
Mm-hmm. So what is Real Madrid's tactic in this game? Possession and just keep the ball for as long as they can and
Same as the first leg.
No.
They got
Just drop deep and just kick on give Vinicius. It's Vinicius versus Kabak and Phillips. Come on.
Especially because Liverpool have to play the high line.
Liverpool have to play the high line.
Liverpool has to attack now. They have
just based on Munchie assessment there, then he done for real. Even if there's around the camera.
Honestly, Liverpool is gonna go and get an early goal in this one.
Yo, Trent own goal.
Because I really think it's not gonna change. No.
Real Madrid is gonna beat Liverpool heavily.
Oh gosh.
Liverpool is going to come and attack, and Real Madrid is going to catch them on the counter a lot and going to beat them heavily.
Munchie, hear the boy last week. I think it will be about 3. It will be about 3. We will beat them heavily. I really do think so, guys. I really do think so. Watch it.
And if I score in the first 10 minutes, there'll be a house. It'll be like a house on fire.
Y'all go ahead, boy. I'm about to buy opportunity when you hear this. But it's a month you remember we ain't chokers.
But then it choked the league this season.
No, he's making the point that he won the Champions League.
Oh, we're talking about Manchester United.
No, I mean when Champions League, man, to try that. I've won it before. Okay, he's talking about the fact that he's won it recently. You keep choking, bro. Let's be honest. You've been choking for the last couple of seasons. Let's be honest.
Right? Come on, y'all could be honest.
Be honest.
Pep been choking.
He's been against us for the last Champions League.
Yo, that man sound like Arsenal fan boy.
I know,
right? No one can say that the referee didn't rob City in the last two Champions League. Tottenham game that they won, that was a clear handball on Llorente. Last season, they clearly got a goal that was offside or even was a foul, and the referee gave them.
Go on there. What is
it? This man over there doing that, I'm and him in the same boat. I don't know what he's doing that for.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You choke. That's what I'm saying. You choke. But you can at least get to the final for me. You in the same boat. Get to the final. And choke in the final, bro. And I've won a European competition before. Just way back when, before all of us were born.
Nobody remember that.
City never won it either. You never won it before all of us were born.
Going in the Champions League final, nobody remembers second place, just like how nobody remembers second place runner-up.
That is true. You're right. You're right. But get to the final, then you consider.
Them are the beef for Arsenal final talk about second place.
We don't forget the choking though.
But they say Hummels and Royce might be injured, but you know these guys. These guys gonna force them to play.
And sorry, dear, just to make another point, and if Moy is talking about robbery in the Champions League, us in the final is what you call a robbery.
What you
That
call a
was
robbery.
true.
Thank
That
you.
was
Thank
true.
you.
I gotta give Arsenal
wasn't-
fans that. That
It
was
wasn't
robbery.
It was robbery.
Daylight.
Highway robbery. And
Y'all
I
just
make the
joke.
case that it's not the first time that a Barca team gets special preference in the
Yep.
Champions League. Don't get me started. I'm not even a
Against
Chelsea fan,
Chelsea.
but don't get me
Against Chelsea.
started on that Chelsea
That was
game, right? That is
ridiculous.
the biggest robbery in football I have ever seen. Lord have mercy. But yeah, definitely. And we should have won Ballon d'Or, and Arsenal should have won the Champions League.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. I agree. I can be
Haters
honest
gonna
and
hate.
unbiased.
They just
Haters
joke.
gonna hate.
Nah, that they just joke like they said, Man City did. It's just
Haters
joke.
gonna hate.
Is going.
2-0 City.
Boy,
And then
boy,
But
they
yeah,
can't bring up
the
Sterling now. No.
league against
What?
Aston Villa on Saturday. So
I agree.
What was
I
that,
think City will
Memphis?
go through.
City
I'm
going
saying
through.
You said
2-0.
the referee, the man gonna bring up Sterling, miss.
You know what?
Mm.
All right, I'm getting deja. We sat here. I think it was the same scoreline last.
What?
Was it the same scoreline last season when it was City against somebody in a semi-final or a quarterfinal?
Leon, I think it was.
And we said City going through. And what happened? not even a year ago.
No, but I think the second leg, Leon was away though.
Memphis, make them back your prediction. That's a bitch over here.
Oh, the second leg.
I already said 2-0.
Not you. I'm Jimani over here.
You ain't for me. Oh. No, I do think City are going through. I'm saying we sat here.
Oh, okay. We say yeah.
Last time we had City in the Champions League when they got knocked out against Lyon, we sat here and we said City are going through convincingly.
We
What
did.
happened?
They didn't.
You know?
Fair enough.
I took the name by the scruff of its neck, you know.
This time
Memphis.
They're going through this one. Hopefully.
Memphis, they're going through.
Aye.
Memphis.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, I'm very
Yeah,
afraid
boy.
of the team that Pep is going to start on Wednesday.
Wait.
Trust
Yeah,
me.
Once
it
you-
really depends on the team that plays, you know, because
Nah, they might rest the whole squad and they might
Yeah,
ready for
Pep
tomorrow
going-
now.
guns blazing.
that's the thing.
In the league.
If you go ours gun blazing, Dortmund will counter attack and win the game.
No way.
Negative. Yo,
No way.
Dortmund is at least getting 3-4-0 tomorrow. I am not
Hey,
even
full
kidding.
screen.
After that,
Full screen.
y'all can clip me.
Dum 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 dum.
I am ready.
I'm getting so off. How we going again? So
I
you revive here.
I am ready. And I actually hope
And it's
y'all
Wednesday
keep it
morning.
like how y'all
We
have the
will.
others in the storage, okay?
We
But
will.
as I'm saying, Dortmund would easily get 3-4-0 Wednesday when we play them. I'm not even kidding. Full strength
Heavily.
City. Heavily.
Heavily.
Heavily. Yeah.
Heavily.
You have to do the VAR symbol.
Oh, it's on
Heavily.
fire too. That's what y'all want here too.
Everything. Don't worry.
What's
Oh, boy.
Holland score a hat trick now? What's Holland
I
score?
tell you, I tell you, Lord, seriously. Oh man, I hope so though. I wasn't even looking forward to this game because I think y'all gonna win. But now you said that, boy, I'm gonna be front and center.
After in the comments, they say beer clip it, dog.
Yeah, remember Mbappe.
Guys,
Guys, motivation. So careful.
now wait. Is Sancho fit for this game? Because I don't see anything ruling him out.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Good
Maybe
point.
He
I
didn't
don't
play.
know.
He didn't play on the weekend.
He's a
against-
non-doctor.
Let me ask the City fans now. Would you guys be able to make the show on Thursday? Commit now.
You can't even have a show after the game.
Yes, we will.
You know.
They're confident. They're confident. I respect the
They
confidence.
can't be there. Hear that.
I respect the confidence, 100%.
We can even do a watch along now, so we see when City hit them 3 and 4.
Okay, he is officially gassed.
I respect the confidence.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
man.
honestly, the reason why I'm confident this season rather than last in a few seasons before, Pep is playing false 9. And to me, that system that he has right now, like, it's working, right? And he has He has plan B, C, D to play with. Those past seasons, it was just let me just throw on this guy and hope he can get something with me. Or let us play out this game and hope they can get so. This season he
Wait.
actually has a plan B.
Don't
C, and
speed
D.
past that. Because what you're admitting there is that your manager only have a plan A, and after that, there's no tactics.
The last couple seasons, Pep didn't even have a plan. Like, especially against Leon.
Hello?
Like,
Okay, that's
We're talking about,
even-
we're talking about
no,
in the
no.
Champions League. In the Champions League.
In the Champions League, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah,
leading
the
up to the
workout would-
Leon game, right? Leading up to the Leon game, City never played 3 for the whole season. Even
Okay.
They can bite off the
Fernandinho,
nails.
Okay, I see your point.
even
I see your point.
Fernandinho, and I think who else? Fernandinho,
Yeah, but
somebody came out and say
Is
we would do the 3-back system, the training before the game.
no. But
like,
to
how
be fair,
can you
Munchie. To be fair, if you won, you would say masterclass Pep, great tactics.
No. This is me.
That's what you would say.
If you have me
But you
on
lost,
Facebook,
and all of a
listen.
sudden he's bad.
No. Josh, if you have me on Facebook, you will see. One City team posts out, I give my caption, I give my take on the team in the captions, right?
Mhm.
If I don't like the team, I say it in the caption, I don't like the team, what Pepper do, Pepper crazy, man. If we win, yes. But if we lose, my caption stands. If we win, well,
Yeah,
Pep,
but I
you're
doubt
the
your
manager.
caption ever says. I doubt your caption ever says. I don't like the team, but we're gonna win 3-0. Your caption don't say that.
No. It would say I don't like the team, but come on, City. That's what my caption always say.
So you're winning this game.
Of course, 2-0.
Yeah,
No 3 or 4?
One last question.
Mhm.
How y'all feeling about an all English finals for both Europa League and Champions League?
They
Y'all
had
see
that the
that
other
coming
year.
or-
Yeah, that would be
Had that
another
the
year.
other year. Yeah.
Arsenal and Chelsea and Liverpool and
On Tottenham.
Spurs.
Tottenham. Yeah.
The Liverpool Spurs wasn't very nice to watch.
Yeah, that wasn't a real game. That wasn't a game.
Arsenal versus Chelsea wasn't nice to watch either.
I mean,
I
it
mean,
was.
for Chelsea-
Hazard, they run through the place and they entertained, you know?
So
But guys,
Go ahead.
yeah, just a more question. So are we saying, because there was the narrative that, the English teams are not doing well in these European competitions. If we can do this again, I think this is what, 2 years since? If we can do this again, we have the 4 teams in the finals of these 2 major European matches. Does that say that our league is getting back to the top?
There's a catch-22 there. It just says that other leagues are also bad. Barcelona aren't performing. The other leagues are poor. Juventus
So we have
aren't-
the best. We have the best league in the world then.
No. 'cause
Yeah.
No, because then even if you look at it after, we still don't have as much trophies as Real
You
Madrid and so on.
can't
Yes,
use that to justify
yes,
having the
The
best
best
league.
competitive league.
No, I don't think you can use that to justify having the best league in the world currently.
Why not?
Other teams, they're just not performing. So you can't just put. You can't
I heard-
just go off of that.
This is not the right time for this. Because Jamal,
So
I
we
heard
will write
somebody-
that down, and we had a freestyle show. All them
we
fun.
should.
It's other
That's true. I would just ask one question. I saw it online for the same
Monkey
point.
win.
Somebody was saying that if you take Chelsea and you put them in League One, they win League One every season. Every single season. And if somebody says if you put Leicester City in League One,
I don't.
they win every season, or at least top 2.
I don't agree.
Leicester. So if you take Chelsea, Leicester, Tottenham, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, we have the best league in the world.
I don't
I have
agree.
to go to
What was that based off of?
No, it's based off of the fact that PSG dominate this season every single season.
Agreed.
Bayern
but-
Munich too. Bayern Munich as well too. They come
Agreed.
to the Champions League and they dominate. They win it. They get to finals.
Yeah.
But yet, can they really be considered better teams than what we have in the EPL? They're just
Yeah.
one team amongst 20 that is not that good.
So you take PSG. Will they finish above Leicester in the Premier League?
They would.
So then
question.
Leicester wouldn't win League One every year then.
Yeah, it wouldn't win League One then.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think Leicester could win League
But
One
you did
every
say on
single
these
season.
cup-
No. You take PSG, put them in the Premier League. Do they finish above Leicester
If they finish above Leicester
in the
in
Premier
the
League?
Premier League, let me tell you why. West Ham. That never happens in League One.
And that's why Leicester.
That's why only is the best.
That's why you
I
can't
mean,
give Leicester
Lille
win
is top of
either.
League One right now.
I mean, there's a reason behind it. You can't guarantee Leicester winning League One either. If West Ham could come and finish third,
Well,
No.
I have so many points.
Jamal.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
He's right.
Here's the big point for Jamal.
you can't
If
guarantee it.
PSG players over in League One are getting injured so quick for some little like a knock and whatever. Imagine if PSG players come in the Premier League where they're throwing the house and the tractors and the train at them. You believe if 3 or 4 PSG star players gets injured, they can maintain that drive to actually go on and win the Premier League?
There's a reason why
No.
players of a certain skill level stay away from the Premier League. And that's the reason why. Because they won't.
Kind of punky.
They
Kind
can't.
of punky.
And
Yeah,
then
Them
Uncle
punky.
And that's
Because
where
Di Maria, Mbappe, and Neymar are all Premier League quality. But the rest of Verratti probably and Marquinhos, but the rest of the team isn't. The rest of the team is a mid-table Premier League club. Mid-table.
outside in the Premier League, and the Herrera used to play in the Premier League.
He used to, yeah. But I hear your point though. That still though, when you compare it to any of the top 6 right now, I think they could give him a solid run. Don't forget now, me Europa League over here, who can't be in the Champions League, bang PSG 3 times now. Okay, I'm just saying, right? Same team. Didn't improve. Okay, so
question.
alright, so there we go. Shout out to Corey Brown. Joe, let me just shout out to Corey Brown there, the new fan. Shout out the Arsenal fans, convincing win this weekend. Thanks, Corey Brown, for being on the show. He says, I think Pep sacrificed this weekend to keep players fresh for the second leg. True. I don't see any other reason for leaving the hottest player in Europe before the international break on the bench. And KDB. All right.
So Corey's saying that KDB is the best player in the world right now, outside of.
No, he said the hottest player in Europe.
I'm asking, so that's why I'm asking the question.
I think he's talking about Gundogan.
Oh wow, boy! Tell you, boy. Love money.
Okay. I read that wrong.
Because you're thinking it's
and
KDB, right?
Yeah, and KDB.
And KDB. Right.
KDB, yeah. He's talking about
Gundogan.
That's the
Gundogan.
Right now.
Yeah, and KDB, yeah.
And
But then
KDB,
my question was just to verify: did anybody rule as a City loss?
Hi. No,
Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis.
Memphis said 2-1 lead.
Other than Memphis, did anybody predict a City loss?
What in the Premier League or
No, in the second leg of the Champions League.
Oh no.
I said 3-1 City. 3-1 City.
I ain't so crazy.
I said Dortmund.
Yeah, Memphis said Dortmund. I think he said 1-1. No, he said Memphis.
Oh, Haaland hat-trick.
Haaland hat-trick.
Yo,
Haaland hat-trick.
I can get lead off the show so I can keep
Remember
him out.
Diaz was rested too now. Don't say that.
Hey,
Oh,
if
boy.
Yeah, see Haaland push out Diaz in the first leg.
Look for Moy.
If what?
If Dortmund win, I have a send search and rescue look for Moy.
Tell you, boy. I said to you, boy.
Munchie
I'll
internet
tell
stop
y'all
work.
straight up, if City lose, I will be on Island Facts.
But if City wins, though, we will give you your props and saying more you're the boss, and we'll do video for you every time.
Now give the props. You have to play the clip.
Yes, video, graphics, everything. You the boss.
Could I just make a point here, a quick point here? You notice that one particular Manchester City fan is not as confident as the other.
That's true. He said, 2-0.
Who's that, Jamal?
Oh
Because
boy.
I really don't know who is the next City fan because I clearly say I'm winning 2-0. So I don't know
Okay.
which particular confidence y'all talking about. Ask Lee Jamal.
No, you're saying
Some boy
Moy said
said 4 or
4.
5-0.
They're saying Moy said
I
4
said
and you said
2-0.
2.
As
Yeah,
confident.
2-0.
I'm not going to condone y'all saying Jamal is a City fan, because the man
But he
predicted
is.
that we
Shark,
are going to win
Shark.
3-0. This is
Shark,
unprecedented, guys.
let me
Come
go a
on.
couple shows.
That deserves a clip.
Shark, let me go.
Where you going 3
Shark, let me go 4 or 5, maybe 7 shows ago. Man United won 9-0 versus Southampton. I won 1-0 versus Sheffield United. How much points both Manchester clubs got?
You made the same point then. You made the same point.
But wait,
3 points.
but if it was like
We win 4-0, we win 2-0. We still progress. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
but-
how we win. We win. We still progress,
the
Shark.
league-
So don't
if
tell
the
me
league-
about 5-6-0.
the league came down to that one
Come on.
game, it would have win.
Stats, because you want a
But
league
he
from me.
know
You
all
want a
about goal
league.
difference.
You want a league from me by scoring more goals to try to goal scout. Goal scout. You forget that. You win a whole league from me because you scored more goals, goal differential. Let's be
One
fair.
more goal.
Let's be fair.
No.
Okay.
I considered
Let's
less
be
too.
fair.
No, I considered less too.
True.
That is
True,
supposed to
but
say.
you have
I
to score.
considered less too.
But
Okay.
isn't the rule, guys, you go first based on goals scored? If the goal differential is the same, you go based on goals scored first, then you go on goals conceded.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
They had a better goal
that's
difference,
the
though.
rule.
And United choked that league too. Don't forget that.
We did.
That is true.
Ferdinand was talking about it the other day when Aguero,
And
let go of
then
Aguero.
come back the next season and win them.
Oh yeah,
We did.
definitely. Quick thing. There
We
was
did.
somebody
Yeah,
making somebody was making a comparison between the same season when United choked the league and City end up and came and won. And they were saying that it's quite similar to everything now because it was like they had games in hand and plus it's something like the same amount of goal difference and they was making a
Yeah.
comparison to that same season. So but it
I
won't
told-
happen though.
I told Mo yesterday United is coming,
So y'all playing Everton?
Yo, Pink
Fellaini,
yourself
score a hat
and
trick?
wake up.
I mean, you do
United
play two relegation teams, right? You do play two relegation teams, so it's possible.
within the next 4.
Yeah.
Right, I think the City just needs 11 points to win the league.
Yeah, they do need 11. That's just four games they need to win.
Yeah.
So, well,
And it might be less because United will lose. So
we have
United
Liverpool coming up. We have Liverpool.
Trying to mean how we lose? Wait, what the hell?
It's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game.
You sound like a Jamal over there.
That's true, but let me stop. Let me stop.
Jamal have a reputation, man.
Oh man, Jamal's the best though, definitely.
main striker.
All
Yeah,
right, so
clubs later.
when is the City game again? Because I just want to make sure we're all watching this City game. We have to see the City
Wednesday.
game. It's Wednesday. So tomorrow,
3
3
o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Yeah,
I think all the
Eastern
games are
time.
3. Tuesday
Right.
and Wednesday, the games are 3. All right, so PSG
But
tomorrow,
tune in
we'll see
City
how
game.
that goes. PSG tomorrow, we got to see that. And of course, we're going to see the other one. The other two are foregone. Liverpool out, Porto out.
Don't
But
forget
those
Thursday
two-
at 3.
Porto
Yes,
might be
Thursday
a
at
tough one,
3.
but who knows?
Like who watches TVs on Thursdays? Like for real?
Fine, you can't even watch midweek game. Let's hush him out.
I watch
That's true.
I watch it
I
too.
will be following my game on football, people.
Definitely. You know, I'm not able to get to watch the City unless I stream it.
What do you have to do?
But
Support
you
your
can
team.
you can still have good faith. You can still have good faith. Good
Every
faith all the way through.
You need to be there, man. When Haaland up 2-0, you need to will them to score more.
Okay. You start get crazy. Tell people go.
I'm just saying, Memphis say 3-0, so I'm just giving you a scenario where that could happen. Haaland up 2, y'all need to score like what, 4 or something, and something needs to happen. So
Hey, I can see the masterclass of KDB on Wednesday. And this is where I can clip right now. You see KDB on Wednesday? I can see the real KDB.
Why is the KDB come off in the 5th minute injured?
Hey,
Hey,
can't come up
you,
with something.
you just stop before Bruno pull up Thursday afternoon,
true.
please.
Oh, he should as well. He should pull up before the game.
Wait here.
Jamal, don't say things like that. 'Cause Jamal, look, 2 weeks ago we were injury free, and now look at us.
tell you what.
Oh boy.
Hey, but the difference is now. The difference is now. City losing KDB and Man United losing Bruno. I wonder which one it hurt more.
You heard
Probably City because I have Van de Beek on the bench.
City more reliable. Man, you is more reliable
but to be honest,
Bruno than City is on KDB.
When last Bruno actually played for Manchester United, other than the penalty versus Granada, they won't really miss him. So.
Yo,
Aren't you a Portugal fan?
We won't miss him.
Man. Wow. Anyway, tell him, boy. One cheat alone.
But isn't Pogba more vital to Man U than
That's
Bruno?
what I'm saying.
Because I thought
Pogba win that game yesterday now. Pogba win that game yesterday.
He did. Pogba ball in that game. I hate to say it, but he did.
No love for Fred. When they hear Fred name call, no.
I know. Where is Risa? Lord have mercy. Where is Risa? Lord have mercy.
We should clip this part of the show for Risa.
Hello. One game to redeem, Fred.
Okay.
Thank you.
You see Fred link up pass and you
this guy ended his 3-year goal. And this
I put it on my status. Fred look Brazilian. The man actually looked Brazilian.
Yep.
Y'all rude and disrespectful.
If the man whip out a rainbow, I'm gonna cry.
Okay, so how do you explain the fact that he's made the Brazilian squad with a ton of great Brazilian players currently?
That was a chapter.
Make the squad and play 2 different things.
Oh, hold on. You said all them great Brazilian players currently.
Yeah.
Yo, the man competition. Paulinho, Casemiro, the only good Brazilian midfielder right now.
Fernandinho.
Calm down. Don't forget
Fernandinho retire.
Don't disrespect Fernandinho.
Didn't he retire for international?
Wow. Okay.
Well, I mean, Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa, he's good too.
So that's why they get 7 more from Germany because they handle midfield. That's why.
What? That was so many years ago.
I know, but we're making the point that y'all go like if they
and they had David Luiz at the back.
Whoa.
Is it? Oh boy.
He wasn't my player then. So.
Who did play for Chelsea or PSG? Who did play for that?
PSG.
In Frederick Ross.
Tell the hair. Start tweeting.
So, you see that goal for Spurs? If De Gea was in the goal, they'd blame De Gea.
No. Which goal?
The goal for Spurs. The man said De Gea has to be getting to his near post faster.
No, man. Because I thought Lucas was going to shoot that.
Yeah, that was
if De Gea was keeping, Man United would have lost.
Henderson made feet saves. That is De Gea.
Henderson came out and cleared the sweeper keeper. I've never seen the game done that.
Yeah, right.
He did that.
He was doing sweeper keeper well.
The one with Son that was like in the box, close range. That was an instant goal. But
that's a fair point. That's a very fair point.
Well, all these pictures number 1. I've been saying so. I said it to United, sell the here, use the money and buy somebody else. But hey,
you also say sell somebody.
Did anybody see?
Thursday make 14 save a change, man.
Did anybody see Thomas Partey drop of the shoulder, true ball to Lacazette?
Yeah, no. See me to watch out.
The Ceballos back here.
Oh boy. That whole link up play.
Nominal. Did anybody see Italy Maitland's nice
performance?
Oh yes.
Nominal.
Yo.
I just want to put that out there. Arsenal player.
Pepe again.
Of course,
the offside today.
I had it no. I had it there. I had it written down, bro, to talk about, but we didn't get the time.
Yo, skip the whole 2 games from today, you know.
We wanted to get the Champions League. We wanted to get the Champions League, but ball don't lie because West Brom are winning the game, so I'm happy for that. But
Big Sam, get them the secret juice.
West Brom 2 points behind Fulham now.
Yeah, but the two of them are relegated though. Newcastle 6 points away from
Fulham played more games.
With a decent game in hand.
Who's relegated?
Y'all heard the retarded excuse why Bar said they didn't pick it up.
No. I mean,
when they lost to Arsenal.
No, they could still make it out.
No, it's official now. They're relegated.
No.
Sheffield.
Yeah, they're relegated.
Not official.
Mathematically
I know
proven
Sheffield's
now.
relegated, but I thought you said West Brom was relegated.
West Brom relegated and Fulham relegated, Joe.
Yeah, but not
mathematically. Not official.
Not mathematically.
Sheffield is the only official one.
No, Matela, Brucey, Ball,
Big Sam.
Okay, hear me out.
Is going to the championship.
It's late, but hear me out on this. But what I say, points on the board already count for something. Newcastle already have the points on board. I can't count for what Fulham can do or what who else West Brom can do or might do. Newcastle don't get points on the board.
Newcastle again.
Some shock you say from relegation.
Brucey Ball go to the
Right,
championship.
I'm good right now.
so.
Yeah, it's a 6 point difference.
So Joe, you want one of your players get relegated?
You said
Back home you come. Alone, if I know. Back home you come.
It would be 2 because Maitland has to get relegated too.
Yeah.
They come back home. That's okay.
It's a 6. Newcastle currently have a 6 point lead, and they have to play West Ham, Liverpool, Arsenal, Leicester, City. They get
Thank you.
Right, hold on. Yeah, and this is exactly my point.
West Brom and Fulham can lose too.
That's my point. That is exactly what I'm saying. And this is what I'm saying about the points on board. If all of them were neck and neck, or if all of them had 0 points, then with that running, we could say something. But I don't see Fulham and
can't get dragged into their shot.
Make up.
They can't get dragged.
Okay, but I'm saying they won't get relegated.
We used to say this about
realistically. That's just say that's the 15 points they drop there. They lose all those 5 games. So you can tell me Fulham or West Brom can nick at least 9 points or even 7 points.
Well,
in the next 5 games.
Arsenal, Chelsea, Burnley, Southampton, United, Fulham. They have Fulham, Newcastle. And
Newcastle for the last game, yeah.
Oh, that could be the game that sends you the one.
That's the game.
Yeah, the last game.
Well, you know, it's 3 points because you call Arsenal. So, next team.
I mean, if we helping out our loanies down there, it's all right, man.
Arsenal coming bottom half.
Yeah, but have to help yourself first, bro.
Yeah, qualify for Europa League. Qualify for Europa League, you know.
It's okay.
West Brom's running is tough too, so it's gonna be great. I mean, I
do hope they get relegated though. I really do hope they get relegated.
Who?
And hope
West Brom?
Big Sam.
So I can get the players that I want. You know, I really hope that they go down.
Who you want from West Brom?
Livermore.
Stop it.
Livermore. Why would you want a former Spurs player?
Joe, who you saying? Who you want from West Brom?
No, not West Brom. Not West Brom.
Newcastle?
No.
What you saying?
Who we talking? Who
even know the players?
Who you were talking about?
You said you want somebody.
Yeah. I thought you were talking Brighton.
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking about Brighton. Sorry.
I know you're thinking Brighton. Because you want Bissouma.
Bissouma, you know that. You know that, Jack.
I know that. Yeah, Brighton saved man. Well,
wait,
Brighton.
Josh, let's watch the side. Watch this comment.
Yo.
Guys, I enjoyed this was about everyone. It's good man to have me laughing. I was a City fan.
Oh boy.
Jamal, who's this?
Listen, this is a very good friend of mine. I've known him for 23 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a big brother to me, but yeah, he did.
Thanks going for rolling through, man.
Yeah,
Thanks,
bless up,
Kobe.
Corey.
Love
Bless
Kobe. Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, we really have to go. Okay. All right. We just end up chatting,
Yo,
right? Every time I
no,
say it's
2
gonna
hour
be 1
special.
hour.
2 hour special. 2 hour special.
Nobody say anything crazy.
Yeah,
Nobody
man.
say
Yeah,
anything
we see
crazy.
we
Welcome.
probably need to do more shows, man. That's
We
why.
say
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
say anything crazy. So no Slavia Prague wash up. And it's 5
Oh
game.
boy,
Yo,
5-0
Yo,
Slavia Prague.
Yo, Memphis, I can end the show too now. That's it's at 8 this morning.
That's true. You can. You have powers over there.
Josh, you still think Arsenal finishing top 4?
Oh gosh.
Leave
That's-
Josh
that's-
alone. Leave Josh alone.
Yo,
Josh
come
alone.
on, man. Come on.
Yo.
No, what we do have to do, guys, is go over when at the end of the season who was closest with their predictions, and that'll be fun to see because some of y'all get it very, some of y'all
I
like
don't-
Punchy get it very wrong.
I don't
Okay,
I
so
don't
guys-
remember mine, you know. I don't
I
remember
was,
mine.
I have my written down, but I wasn't that far off. Arsenal. I said Arsenal's gonna come first. I mean, they're in 11. Same one.
It's still possible, bro. It's still possible.
What's still possible?
Is it?
They still have a 1 in there. Yes,
I
Josh,
still
they
a
still have
one. I'm going to see a one, man.
Is it
Yo.
mathematically possible? Is it mathematically possible for
I
Arsenal
don't
to
think
go
so.
first?
No, I
No.
don't think so.
That's right.
Look how long now.
Only top 4. It's mathematically
Yeah.
possible to get to top 4.
They can't even catch United, Paul.
Yeah, you can't.
Because I remember I said United. I said City, United, Liverpool, Arsenal. That's what I said.
Top
So
4
I
is still possible, just.
I can get the 3.
That's the
Come
process.
on, Arsenal, winning
Right?
streak.
All right.
Because we don't play it twice. We need to about that, right? So winning streak, guys. Do this. There we go.
But is is that likely to happen?
Okay, Memphis, we get the point.
Listen, Harry is starting centre back too, so anything possible.
I mean, you acting like I like Maguire.
Hey,
we don't
hey,
care about what you
talk
like.
about Maguire.
Talk about the club.
I'm so
saw a
glad he's
stat.
suspended for Thursday now.
Yo, I saw a stat with Maguire.
Well, he's suspended.
Maguire played.
Yeah, he, Shaw, McTominay, I think. Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
The man that you do
Maguire.
him now.
That's
Maguire
phenomenal.
played.
I know they did it. I know they did it for real. Anyway, go ahead.
Maguire played every single minute for Manchester United in the Premier League since he made the debut in 2018, and he till get better.
Useless minutes. All the
I tell you,
useless
wasted minutes.
Maybe the rest of the man need more time.
Ruben Diaz played like what?
Maybe the rest of the man
20
need.
something games, and Ruben Diaz already
Oh, boy.
up there.
Maybe the rest of the man need Munchie. Oh, Lord, Jack.
You mean you forget release?
Criticism.
Oh, wow. That is so harsh. That is so
Yo,
incredibly harsh.
Phil Jones better than he.
Okay, that's going too far. That's
I
going
don't
too
think
far.
On that note,
Thank you for watching Ireland fans.
Definitely. You said that, Nikolai. You said that, Nikolai. That Phil Jones better than Harry Maguire. Even Phil Jones think that.
When Ferguson want to win a game now, Ferguson just throw Phil Jones in the defensive midfield now.
Anyway.
You only can throw Harry in the defensive midfield.
Phil Jones saying that if you have testimony and match, only parents to come. That's what he said. Nobody has to show up to that game.
Fergie will
Nobody
show
will
up.
show up to that game today. Fergie will show up. Fergie.
Fergie. Sure, man.
Phil Jones said
Southgate the show.
Yo, Phil Jones, legendary now, with that facial reaction.
Yeah.
Come on.
Remember the time the man
More all the
the man
time
said,
about Harry Maguire own goal. Anybody have an own goal than Phil Jones? Phil Jones have all the best own goal on them.
Facts.
He one over there.
That's a fact.
What is your guitar? Anyway, all right, guys, have a good night. I am pressing the button. Okay, good night.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.